What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike Day Speaks back. Another video, man. Before we get started in this video, I want to give you guys the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is coming from Romans chapter 1, verse 16, NIV version. And it reads, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile." I'll read it one more time for you guys. "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile." No matter what, man, we cannot be scared to share the word of God and talk about the things that God has done for our life and that He's currently doing in our lives. Because no matter what, God is always working in our lives. We alive right now. That should tell you enough right there. He died on the cross. So we cannot be afraid to show what He, like His word, which is the correct thing that we need to be sharing. We share enough bad things and wrong things enough already. So we cannot be scared to share what God has done for us and what He is currently doing in our lives. All of us, man, including me, man. All right, YouTube, the title of this video right here is called "Why We Should Have a Skill." Skill, trade, like same thing, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, I think I told you guys already before that I'm currently in trade school, man. I read in the Bible where it said that we should work with our hands and things like that, because if you work with your hands, matter of fact, I'm gonna read the verse for you right now, verbatim. I, this is it right here, because I just, you know what? I'm gonna just read. I was about to ramble on about some other things, so I'm gonna just read it. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11, NIV version. "And to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life, you should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you." Work with your hands. And another part of that verse that I didn't get, where it was like, so you don't have to depend on nobody. Like when you working with your hands, like matter of fact, God gave you these hands right here. You can always learn how to do something. Build a bench, work on these trees, work on these cars. And look at all this stuff around me right now. Like I could just like, all right, you got a car right here, you could work on these cars, work clipping these trees, you could cut this grass, you could put mulch down, you could plant things, you can build a birdhouse, you can build a building, a church, you can build almost everything that's outside with just these right here that God gave us. With these right here, we don't have to go buy these, anything like that. Like, and I ain't trying to like say like for the people who got like amputated hands, anything like, I'm talking like natural. Like these are God-given things right here. These are God-given things right here that He has blessed us with, to have two of them. So we should make the best use of them, like for real, because like how it says in the Bible, work with your hands. You work, they can't take these away from you right here, man. God has blessed you with these things right here. They cannot take these away from you. And all these things that I talk about, this is everyday use. This is everyday use. Somebody gonna have to cut the grass, somebody gonna have to fix somebody's car, somebody gonna have to work on these trees, somebody gonna clip these trees, cut a tree down, build something. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah. I don't want to like to over talk and like lose the plot of what we got going on. Another thing that I wrote down, like why we should have a skill trade, I wrote down we should know how to change a tire. Man, woman, it doesn't matter, for real. Like all of us should know how to change a tire, for real. And I'm not being hypocritical, and I'm saying hypocritical. Like I'm just saying like we should all know how to change a tire, like us as like human beings, because majority of us, we drive or we know somebody who has a car and we'll be in the car with somebody. So that's just something that I figured that we all should know how to do, is like change a tire. Like I think that's just something that we should like I think that should be low key a part of like when you're getting your license, for real. Because imagine if somebody just getting their license but they never actually learn how to change a tire. So and they be somewhere and you don't want, I'm not wishing that on anybody or anything like that, but I'm just saying like you should know how to do that, for real. Like that's something that we should be learning, for real. The next thing that I put, we should know how to cut hair. Do y'all remember in the pandemic, bro? This for my men right here. And some women got their hair, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me just stop putting, you dig? So we should know how to cut hair on the strength of like, don't get me wrong, I still go to the barber, but I learned how to cut hair. I've been cutting hair since November now. That's something I'm sharing to you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I be posting some of my haircuts, for real, that I be doing. But I was talking about the pandemic. In the pandemic, nobody could go nowhere, so nobody could get a haircut unless you had it like your family member was a barber. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody probably snuck you and gave you a haircut, something like that, or they could just tax you to get your haircut that time. But imagine your whole family. You got 30 men in your family, but none of y'all know how to cut hair. No, we should know how to do it. That's something, like I said, that somebody gonna have to do. Somebody gonna need that maintenance of like getting a haircut for real, for real. So I think that we should just know how to do the bare minimum. Even just like if you know how to just do a line and then just do like a all even one. I ain't saying nobody want to let the skin fade, nothing like that no more. You know that when this generation, we got like dreads, braids, and like just froze and things like that for real. I'm just saying we should just know how to do like the at least the minimum of knowing how to like the self maintenance or just the regular maintenance of just cutting your homie hair, just doing this, that, and the third. I think that type of stuff shouldn't be leaving the communities actually no more for real, for real. I think we should all just at least, like I said, bare minimum, know how to do it a little bit. The next thing that I wrote down is we should learn carpentry, electrician work, HVAC, or plumbing. Not saying we need to learn every single one of them, nothing like that, but I'm just saying like with me being in trade school, I learned a lot of things like as in like uh that's leaving though like this generation for real like a lot of us we want to be rappers, content creators, and like us, I'm recording content right now, so who am I to judge? I'm not judging nobody doing these things. I'm just saying like we should learn them in a sense of like how I said from the beginning, that's everyday maintenance, that's everyday, you dig like, and it's a very lucrative thing like for like once you look into these things for just go do some research on trades, or maybe I'll bring my book that I was like in school that I took a lot of my notes from, and maybe I'll just share some of that knowledge with you guys for real. But like think about it, like with learning carpentry, electrician work, HVAC, or plumbing, you will always keep a job, that you'll keep a career, you will always have like it's always be work out there for real, for real. How many people in the world, just think about this, how many people in the world has toilets? Don't be weird about it or anything like that, but just think about how many people in the world has toilets. Almost everybody that has a house. And they got people got the bidets and things like that now. And even just like plumbing, it doesn't even have to do with just like uh toilets. It could be just like your sink and things like that. It could be for a restaurant, it could be for almost every place. Like I'm right now I'm outside of this what is this called? This fire department station, this fire station. They have to get like plumbing work there. They have to get electrician work there. They have to get HVAC work there. Some carpentry work need to go on. So it's damn near everywhere you look at, you will see these types of these things for going on in life for real. So I think we should just learn it to at least have it under our belt and always keep a career that we can optionally choose for real, and already have knowledge of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The next point that I wrote down is we should have something we know that's not just the internet. I feel like the internet in some way took away how I want to put this, like the internet like kind of like took away of a little bit of reality. Like people not living in reality no more, because now if you tell somebody like a high school kid like, hey, I think you should be a plumber, like maybe he'll probably look at it as an insult. Well, I'll just use myself. Like I didn't probably look at it like, why do I want to go to trade school? Why would I want to go do this, that, until I realized, like I said, it's in the Bible, work with your hand. And I realized these are a lucrative career that you will always have some work for you. You won't be having to go out here and look, because if 9 times out of 10 come to you, because this is everyday life, everyday maintenance for real, for real. So the internet sometimes robs you of reality for real though. So that was my other point. And the last point that I wrote down for this topic was we can pass down the knowledge. You can pass down to your son, your grandsons, your great grandsons how to change a tire. You can pass down, hey man, I'm gonna start my son at 9 years old, man. Come outside with me this summer, man. We gonna start building a bench, and we gonna start building some chairs to go around the bench. So now by the time he probably 13, he know how to build a bench, table, a cabinet, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time he have his son, it'll just keep trickling down. And then maybe, all right, say if I'm like a electrician, I could start teaching him some like the electrician work, and he just pass it down to the next person, pass it down to the next person. Like same as like if I'm a mechanic or anything like that. Like I said, this would be things that'll be around forever. Who will not want to have a toilet? It might sound crazy because it sounded crazy to me, but it's like it makes sense though. Like who would not want to have a toilet? And if you have a toilet, it's 9 times out of 10 gonna need some work on it for real though. So all these things that you can just pass down. I probably rambled on a little bit more. I might have to make a part 2 of this video to go in more depth, but I just feel like I gave y'all some great points, man. I just comment down below if y'all think I gave some great points, man. Comment down below if y'all think I should just do part 2, because I might do it. But I just want to like get some feedback for myself. You know, sometimes I feel like I be rambling on and not getting directly to the point, things like that, man. But that's all I got for you guys in this video today, man.